Dr. Elsperman, I'm a community college graduate, my wife a community college graduate, huge fans of my community colleges. The technical colleges can quickly pivot to the job needs of my community, and I think that's where the rubber meets the road. How do you measure success? What are you measuring to say we're being successful in our technical college that you run?
We measure success the way most Americans do, by wages. We actually measure the wages of our graduates 1 year out to see what they're making. Our goal is that 80% of all of our graduates will make above median wage 1 year after completion. We're at 45% today. We were at 38% 2 years ago, and we're marching our way. But we think that is one fair way to do that. In addition to, we also hold ourselves accountable to those 4 quadrants. We want 80% of our programs to be in equilibrium, meaning we're roughly producing the number of graduates needed for our community.
Are you measuring their debt when they're leaving too?
We have minimal, community college debt is kind of the best kind of debt. It's like under $10,000. It's the way to do college. But we do measure debt, and we do measure what those students have, and always are looking for ways to continue to reduce that.
I'm not sure how long you've been at Ivy Tech, but what are you doing differently today than a year ago, than 3 years ago, or 5 years ago?
We have reinvented how we're delivering. So we've gone from traditional 16-week courses to 8-week courses, because guess what? Adults do better in that format. There's higher pass rates, lower drop rates. We've just redesigned our online education. We're one of the largest online educators in the country. We know we have to do that better, because guess what? Single moms need to be able to take courses online, and they have to be as good as the face-to-face delivery. So we're in that redesign. We are looking at all of the way we do our work to align better to industry and to deliver in the best way for our students. And there's much more to do, Congressman.
So certainly as an obstetrician, you're hitting on exactly who I'm thinking of, that single mom who maybe could get her auntie or her sister to come in and help with the kids for 6 weeks or 8 weeks, but it's hard to get them to commit to 18 weeks. One of the things that we're certainly looking at is using Pell Grants in a non-traditional situation, what you're describing. Hope that we can make some progress there at some point in time.
Thank
you. We have the NSF person here, Dr. Lupia, as well. What would you tell him? How can NSF work better with community colleges and technical colleges? What ideas out there outside the box that you wish we could get better engaged with NSF?
I would say certainly in helping us to adopt that technology early. We are not funded at the levels of research institutions, as you might guess. So keeping our labs up to date with that front edge technology at the same time industry's getting it, not a generation later. We really need to have it early. Certainly Perkins helps on that front, but that cycle of rapid change is so much more quicker than it was generations ago, that we have to be able to refresh our equipment every year, 2 or 3, which there's probably a partnership to be built there.
Okay. Dr. Lupia, any return thoughts or comments?
We are so grateful for the work that your organization does, and part of our Future of Work project is really to try and make this information and these collaborations happen a lot earlier. So one of the scientific approach is there's a relationship between jobs and skills. Most jobs take a whole bunch of skills. And as jobs evolve, some of the skills that we have now will still be relevant, but there will be these other new skills that you can use. So we are working with governments, industry, and a whole range of researchers to try and project how are skills and jobs likely to evolve. If we can figure that out and put that into databases and match it to jobs as they're evolving, and if our partners can make that data available to everyone, because that's the idea, right? We have projects in several states, Georgia, West Virginia now, where we're collecting data from them and then trying to push out real-time and futuristic data about how jobs are likely to change. This can produce really great efficiencies, because now it can tell community colleges and others, these are the skills that employers need now. These are the skills they're likely to need 6 months from now, 12 months from now, 24 months from now. And with that type of data, you not only get these efficiencies, now you have this possibility someone can go to a college and not just get the next job, but be able to be given the skills that can help them build a career that can take the next 2 or 3 steps in their life. So we want to be a tailwind to them and very supportive.
Sounds good. I'm going to start my community college caucus here someday. I need to do that. Thank you so much for everyone for being here, and I yield back.